Wait for the 10-second delay. Play with my little spit guard. Think I'm live. Am I live? Uh-oh. Whoa. We got some spamming going on here. Already from the start? Guys, I'm here. Guys, I'm here. Ah, yes, I made it, guys. I apologize. For being about an hour and change late today. But hey, sometimes things kind of work out. Because after I got off work, it was basically like, okay, run errand, pick up something for my mom, go take it from my mom, who just had knee surgery, by the way. Go visit with her and my aunt, have dinner with them, and then all of a sudden friends hit me up who are within the area. It's crazy how the universe can work. They're going to meet up at a restaurant literally right around the corner from my house. So I was like, okay, let's do that. And one of those was Amanda. So blame Amanda. Cheers, guys. It's late as balls. I know it is Fury Storm. I know. Man. Nobody fucks with Jesus. Yeah, right? It's just weird how, like, all of a sudden it was just like, okay, everything just kind of lined up. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen some of these friends in a little bit. So I was like, hey, let's go. Let's go have a couple beers. What's up, Hidden Shadows? How you doing? Mandalorian Chapter 3 was better than the last 7. Wow. I'm excited. I'll watch it tomorrow. I'm really digging the series. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it grabbed me. The knee surgery went well. I mean, it's surgery. Yes. She got her whole knee replaced. It's just taking some time. Yes. # blame Amanda. She might show up because we were talking about that tonight. And she said she's going to try to make an appearance, guys. So, you know. So when she shows up, if she shows up, # blame Amanda. I like that. For Darkseid. The more I think Dark Fate, the more I was like, fuck this shit. Doesn't yeah, I know. It really does. You really had to sit with that one for a bit. And it's like it had really good action, but I don't know. It was just, yeah. And apparently, according to Miller, he bumped, and Cameron, they bumped heads, and it wasn't meant to be. It seemed like a match made in heaven, but it wasn't. John Hoskins? Sure. Zack Snyder in the house? I wish. Hey, look at that! Zack Snyder's here. What? Lois married Bruce. Oh, man. Giving out those spoilers. Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter. Yeah. I know there's like... there's something weird going on with the Green Lantern thing. Yeah, but I guess we'll see how that plays out. I'm not denying nor confirming. Special appearance? Well, you think that she's here? Think I just like snuck her in here? Like, oh my God, hey. That's right. We hung out tonight, but it was a group setting. It was a group thing. How dare you see? I know. I was going to wait for friends and my brother, but things happened last weekend where it didn't happen. So I saw it last night and I fucking loved it. Fucking loved that movie. That was a great movie. There will always be drama with trolls, clearly. I know, right? Ugh. And I just love how he said in Greta's voice, how dare you? And she has to look down at her script. How dare you? Leave these children alone. My God. I think Tim Miller needs to stop agreeing to movies he knows he's not. Yeah, I know. Seems like they keep fucking him, right? He seems like one of those guys that has like a set. He has like a set vision, and it always seems to be different. I mean, I don't know. And then I don't know. He doesn't look like a guy that you can really talk down. Dave, if you're not going to the advanced screening of Knives Out, I would love to, but I don't think that's going to happen. One of these days, guys, when I don't know. One of these days, I'm going to see these advanced screenings and stuff like that. I don't know. Things are happening behind the scenes that I'm trying to further my career in this shit. It's not easy by a long shot. That's why I always say, like, when there's YouTube personalities out there like Grace or your Grace Randolphs, your John Campillas, people that I don't necessarily agree with, I respect the shit out of them because they still bust their ass to get where they're at. I can respect them on that level. Like if James Cameron was coming back for Dark Fate, UK, I don't know. Okay. He was going to treat it as his baby. That's it. I know. It should have just been a full-on James Cameron film. And apparently, the Terminator 3 idea was pretty good. I haven't seen any Bollywood movies. I've seen clips on like Twitter and stuff. That's about it. So, yeah. Do you think we'll see more Josh Brolin's Cable? I hope so. I dug his Cable. And they made fun of the fact that he wasn't like super comic book accurate, Made fun of his height and stuff like that. I thought it was great. Have you seen pic posted by Zack Snyder yesterday? What did he post? I forgot what it was. It wasn't anything like too like crazy. Yes, we know you're the real Zack Snyder. If you really are the real Zack Snyder, hit me up in Vero or in my DMs on Twitter and just tell me, and I'll invite you in, Mr. Snyder. Better get a move on, Dave, before you know who ends your career. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but apparently, you know what's funny, guys? Well, we'll keep talking about Snyder Cut stuff and everything, but you know what's funny, guys? Just talking with certain people in the Snyder Cut fandom, there are literally like it's almost like motorcycle gangs that are happening throughout Twitter. There's like different groups that are named different things that are from Snyder stuff, like Spartans, Parademons. There's just different names, and of course, people that are on here and me myself been named into the 40 Club, and it's just like we didn't name ourselves. Everybody else named themselves. It's really crazy how some of this stuff has turned into. I just put all that together. I'm like, are we all in motorcycle gangs and shit? Like the Diablos, the fucking whatever the hell, It's just we're all in like gangs now. It's weird. Hey, Sonia, it's been a while. Well, cheers, April, your birth flower. It's just pretty crazy, guys. And I'm like, I'm not part of really any group. I just kind of think about, with myself, but, I have certain people that have been on this stream, of course, that agree with a lot, it's pretty crazy. I would love to see that. Yeah, we all would. We all would love to see that version. It'll happen. You perfect become the penguin. What? My favorite movie varies like day by day. Some days it'll be like Back to the Future. Other days it'll be Fight Club. Other days it'll be Memento. It'll just go all over the place. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, my favorite movie today is Tremors because I'm watching it. Tremors is my favorite movie right now, Yeah, I recently heard about the fabled 40 Club and wondered what the hell they mean. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, they gave us that name, Marcus, and I appreciate you. You're backing us up. It's dumb, and I know some people have actually tried to be like, okay, let's stop this stuff, and we really should. And I've even said this in tweets and stuff. Right now is not the time for any infighting. It really isn't. Warner Brothers is big time paying attention. They are paying attention. Okay, you don't think that Sunday fucking struck a chord at all? It did. And kudos to everybody involved and all you guys for tweeting and everything. Big time. That shit was fucking crazy. I almost did a live stream that night. I probably should have. But it's just, Sunday, it's just very difficult to do stuff on Sunday. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, like right now is not the time to do any infighting. Right now is not the time to be any kinds of negative, especially like with the guys that are like negative towards Warner Brothers still. Either about the new movies or about what they did. How dare you fuckers to do that to Zack Snyder? Yes, we get that. But right now is not the time to do it because Warner Brothers still has to fucking release the goddamn thing. Okay? And I'm just saying, keep it down. Keep it down. Keep it down. Keep all that stuff down. More positivity than anything. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Wait, what? I saw something about David Fincher. Tell me which David Fincher film is my favorite. Fight Club, 100%. Fight Club, and then probably probably 7 after that. Social Network. Yeah, I mean, Fincher, he hasn't given out a bad movie. He hasn't put out a bad movie. But yeah, Fight Club is definitely my favorite. Seeing Gavin O'Connor's the way back makes me wish he did. Yeah, I still have not watched that trailer. Thank you for reminding me. God, God, things. It's been pretty crazy in just with reality stuff lately. But it's okay, guys. It just sucks. I just wish I didn't have a day job. Who needs a day job? Do you think we would see Zack Snyder's full version of the 5-star? Once I was like, he would never come back. But after Sunday, I don't know. Now I'm like, whoa. The fact that Snyder helped coordinate an effort like that and got Affleck and Godot. We already knew Fisher and everybody else, but the fact that he got Affleck and Godot behind him is what really just like, what the fuck? Like, man, maybe, and with HBO Max, maybe we can have something going on here. I mean, there's the multiverse, right? You can still have these new movies, but still, yeah, you're never going to convince me that dickhead with the soccer player, Avi, is not toxic. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Let the hate flow. What are you, the emperor? Let the hate flow. Have you seen Josh Trank's Fantastic Four review he put up yesterday on Letterboxd? He talks about tonight. Yeah, I just retweeted it right now. Steven, he tweeted about it, and yeah, he really talked up Zack Snyder and how Zack Snyder's been killing it since he came out of high school or whatever the fuck. Because I don't care what anybody says. I want to see the Trank cut of Fantastic Four because you could tell that movie was dicked with big time, and there's a good goddamn Fantastic Four movie in there. He was trying to do something in there. I just remember my favorite scene at a Fan Four stick is when Reed, when he wakes up, when Richards wakes up, and then he's on the table and he starts stretching. I mean, it acts out like a fucking horror movie. It just it made me go oh, could you imagine waking up and you're all of a sudden your limbs and everything are just stretching and he's freaking out. Best part of the movie, and I'm I bet you there was more shit like this in the movie. The news about Totoro as Falcone, yeah, sneaky. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, Mr. Beyond. I've only seen Mr. Deeds a couple of times, but I know what you're talking about. I would love to see a Snyder cut on the big screen. Yeah, well, hopefully. Are you a bot? I legit teared up when I saw. Yeah, I mean, it was funny too because, I mean, I caught wind. Just when Sunday was happening. You don't even know, guys. I was on my couch watching football, just with my laptop up and my phone, and I was literally just back and forth, just looking at everything, reading DMs, reading any kind of messages, refreshing my feed. Because I just, I started catching wind of okay, shit's happening today. It's time to just really push that hashtag, push whatever you can. So that's why on my Twitter, I was hashtag anything that had to do with Snyder Cut, hashtag release Snyder Cut. I posted previous videos from the week before, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. And then I was catching wind that, oh yeah, we might hear from Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, possibly Cavill, and I get why Cavill didn't. If you don't know why Cavill didn't support the release Snyder Cut hashtag, just watch my video. It's on the site. But when I heard Ben Affleck, I'm like, no fucking way. Is he really going to do something? Is he going to post a picture? He didn't post a picture, but his Twitter handle fucking said that. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Zack Snyder is a toxic white male. Yes, he is. And he loves to bring us his toxicity. Where's Trank's Fazzo? Yeah, I know. Where is that movie with Tom Hardy? Fucking A. You're right. Where is that fucking movie? Can you confirm your source that Sam Benjamin is Hal Jordan because he's teasing a bid time? Yeah, I don't know about that one. I have asked. I haven't got a response, but I don't think it is. I don't think he is. I think he's just leaning into it. Similar to that one guy that was the drone pilot who got cut from the theatrical release, but he's in the Ultimate Cut. I forgot his name. Before BVS came out, people were thinking that he was Hal Jordan, and he leaned into it. You got to watch out for these like actors that are not really known. When something comes about, guess what happens? Their publicist or their agent or whatever tell them to lean into it, to get followers, to get people. I don't know. I don't think he is. But hey, if I'm wrong, I'm fucking wrong, man. I don't have an NFL team. I play fantasy football. I love it. And I just watch football. I don't really have a team. Never really, I don't know. I mean, like I always said, I should have like I'm a San Francisco Giants fan. So maybe the Niners, and I could just jump on the bandwagon since they're winning like crazy this year, but I'm not going to do that. I just like watching football and playing fantasy football. Yeah. Talk about the Adam Sandler movie or the Charlie Sheen show? Because I've seen both. Charlie Sheen show was kind of but the movie was great. I mean, I feel pretty, oh so pretty. The sing along with Jack Nicholson. Come on. I heard they cut out the fan. Yeah, they had the Fantastic Car, whatever the hell it's called. Sunday was once in a lifetime. I was on my way to the. Oh wow, damn! So you're on your way to a football game, and you're like looking at your tweets, and it's just going fucking crazy. It's not over yet, guys. Just to say, first off, like I've been saying, and like I said, just we got to be patient. It's fine because I see people like giving up already because Warner Brothers didn't say anything after Sunday. They didn't say anything. But I'm like, no, of course they're not going to say anything, okay? But I can guarantee you they are listening. They are watching 100%, okay? That's why we should be like 100% positive. It's not going to happen instantly, okay? It might be another year, a year and a half, 2 years. But I'm just saying things are fucking happening. Things are happening, guys. Dave, please invite Film Gob. If he's in here, if he shows up in here, I will. I definitely will. Yep, Totoro's in that too. Yeah. You're a Patriots fan, Celtics. Dude, that'd be crazy. Oh, I like where your head's at, Eric, because obviously Garoppolo was Brady's backup. That would be something. That would be fucking something. That's some movie shit right there. Nicki Minaj was in my... Okay. Who'd she play, Snyder? What's your favorite director? And which superhero movie would you want them to make a movie about? For me, I have to be Edgar Wright's Booster Gold. Wow, you just hit the fucking thumb with the hammer right there. You did. I don't know if Edgar Wright's my favorite. I'd probably, if I had to pick, it'd be Nolan. And he, of course, already made 3 Batman movies, which, of course, is my favorite superhero. So I'm already fulfilled and satisfied with my favorite director making 3 movies about my favorite superhero. So I'm already pretty fulfilled with that, which is great. But I like where your head's at because Edgar Wright, I watched Scott Pilgrim couple weeks ago. Again, that movie is so fucking good. The fact that it didn't really get any traction at the box office, but it's become such a cult classic. It's just so fucking good. And I'm like, hand Edgar Wright anything. I still want to see his Ant-Man. I really do. Oh, don't lose patience. Don't worry. It's coming. Come on. We got CCXP, the Comic-Con Brazil coming out next month. Just a little patience. Yeah, don't worry. You'll be good, guy. Don't worry. We're going to get some good shit when it comes to Comic-Con in Brazil. 49ers were Brady's. Yeah, no. It'd be poetic. Back to the Niners Patriots Super Bowl. It would be so fucking poetic. Sure, why not? I like Fuqua. Is that how you say his name? Dave, have you seen the Nightwing suit in Titans yet? It's fucking nuts how good. Yes, I have. I tweeted it out, posted on Instagram. I'm guessing that tomorrow's episode or today's episode, we see him finally in the suit. It's been building up for a fucking year and a half. It's great to finally see a Nightwing live action because I mean, yeah, Batman's my all-time favorite, and then of course, when you're talking about big superheroes, when you're talking about the big heroes, there's just always something about. Or did I say? I don't know. Vodka's already kicking in. Um, but there's just something about Nightwing. The fact that Dick Grayson decides to go, you know what, hang up the cape. I'm going to be something different. I remember when I first kind of fell in love with Nightwing was when I think I bought a figurine of Nightwing. This is a long time ago, probably like over 20 years ago. I bought a figurine of Nightwing, and I was just, because I was so intrigued, I was like, wait, yeah, that's right. Dick Grayson turns into Nightwing, and then I started, getting into the stories and everything. I don't know. For some reason, there was just something intriguing about Nightwing. The fact that he didn't have a cape, that he had the ponytail, of course, when he first started. I don't know. Maybe it's the color scheme because I love that blue and the black. It's just really good. That could be part of it too. It's a wardrobe thing. Affleck's tweet really broke the internet, pretty much, and so did Godot's tweet. Oh, God. Oh. All right, you know what to do, guys. You want to show she called you Giaz. Hashtag what? Hashtag why am I late? Come on, guys. You're excited, Hoskins. Dave, you hyped up the... Yes, I still got to make a video about it. I just haven't had time in the past couple days. But yes, GSA, man. Justice Society of America. Yeah. Almost said League. Yeah. Now Amanda's here. Where's the hashtag? Nobody's going to put the hashtag? Man, come on, guys. You were supposed to be on my side about all this. Why was I late? Oh, jeez. There it is. Sorry, Amanda. We already made this hashtag. We're going to try to get it trending. Just saying. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, damn it. Sorry, I was too busy talking about shit. Really? You guys did that. Good. I told you I was going to do it. I was going to blame you. Just saying. What do you think of Deathstroke's role truly was when Affleck was directing since the Legion of Doom was reshot? I think his role was just to kill the Batman because I think Lex Luthor just wanted Batman to be killed. Well, you got to think about it, guys. I mean, Bruce Wayne always turned down Lex Luthor is like, hey, come on, come over to this side of the bay. Let's do some shit, Bruce Wayne. And Bruce Wayne always fucking said, maybe next time or blah, blah, blah. So he's like, you know what? I know this guy's Batman. I'm going to let's get him killed. Uh-oh. No, they don't all forgive. Well, okay, I guess they all forgive you. You're right. Blame Baby Yoda. Blame Jeff Johns. Wasn't Batman supposed to die in jail too? Yes, he was. Cheers to that. Do you think they're going to show... I don't know. I hope not. I don't really want... Wait, what's that? So if a man walks into a grocery store, buys a 6-pack and 14 apples, drinks half the 6-pack and eats 1/3 of the apples, then adds 25%. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know. No. This is not... That's too much. Amanda, we know it was Dave and his excuses. Oh, look at that. But sorry, Hoskins, the fact that you had to put the apostrophe, it makes the hashtag void. I don't make up the rules in hashtagging. Just saying. I don't make up the rules. It's just the way it is. Dave, I know this is off topic. Do you think we may see it Black Label Films because of the success of the Joker? Maybe. Wait. Amanda, are you still out? Or are you at home? I'm wondering. Are you still out? Chris Wenson, please. Oh, wow. Sorry I'm boring you. Dave, where's your I didn't even see the first Frozen. Sorry. You're driving home? What the fuck? Guys, Amanda's driving right now. That's not safe. God. That's not safe at all, man. What are you thinking there, Amanda? You can't drive and stream at the same time. Hey, thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it, buddy. Did you hear about this? Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if the guy's just leaning into it. I'm looking into it fully, but I don't know. I just don't know if that's the guy. I think he might be leaning into it. I don't know. That's just me though. You shouldn't be responding. Are you? Hopefully you're doing voice text. Crazy. Dave, you think James Gunn's comments on the connectivity? Yeah, that's a weird one. It definitely is a weird one. I don't know what's going on with that. When he said that definitely threw everything for a loop. Yes, we are. Somebody screenshot this because, well, it's a comment. Just saying. Oh, what? Stephen Colbert's here? I don't see him anywhere. Hashtag blame gamer geeks and gamers. Hey Dave, how do you feel about all the Black Adam news coming out? I'm digging it. I'm going to do a video about it this weekend. There might be another video too with a certain masked, somewhat vigilante. That yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing too. Why are you yelling Khan? Easy. Blame Canada. I'll definitely do that. Dave, watch. Yeah, I know. Now we know Amanda's. No, she was not there with me with either one of those. I think if Amanda had her choice, she would have chose Ford versus Ferrari over Charlie's Angels. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that. Pretty much guarantee that. Yes, it'll bring peace to the entire world. It will. I'm just saying. How do you feel about Batman movie casting so far? I like it. I'm digging it. Some good actors. He's got some good actors coming in. Okay? I mean, I know there's some race baiting change with all that stuff, but, I'm just saying. It probably is. I don't know. I want it to happen so badly. But I just don't know. Bye! Subscribe to him. He needs 800 subs right there. Matt Damon was supposed to play Harvey Dent in the Dark Knight. Yeah, I think they were like going for him, right? Yeah, Dent is probably going to be next. I imagine Firefly is in there. I don't know if Mad Hatter's in there, but maybe. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Hey, Steven, check your DMs. What's up, motherfucker? Yes, he needs 800 subs. Go subscribe, guys. Come on. Do it. I would love for Oscar Isaac to be Harvey Dent. When somebody suggested that, I was all about it. I'm going to do a video about all this stuff. I mean, why not? Fucking start setting some shit up, man. Start setting some shit up. Yeah, I would love to see Hush also. Matt Damon would have been a dope. Yeah. God, that would have been really great. Can't stop thinking about Baby. Yeah, he's too adorable and badass. No, I did not see that. Send it to me. Send it to me on Twitter. Shit, I had to pee. Steven, blame jerking it in the closet. Okay. I mean, I think we've all been there. Jerking it in the closet? Yeah. I mean, why not? Closet's a pretty private place. Oh, bad. What are you hoping to see in the new Batman movie? I'm hoping to see a badass Batman and a pretty established universe full of villains. And I don't know, just something something that kind of brings those, the Long Halloween, Year One, those types of noir detective comic books, the essence of Batman. I'm hoping to bring that. I'm hoping to see that get brought to life. And I think Matt Reeves is perfect to bring that. I mean, the Batmans we've had, some of them, Tim Burton's Batman focused mainly on the villains, and Batman, it was explored, but it was a different kind of Batman. And then of course Schumacher just got to the campy stuff. Nolan's Batman really broke it down, really brought it down to earth. Snyder's Batman was just that badass fucking veteran Batman, which I wish we could see more of. But I just want to see. I want to see the Long Halloween and Batman Year One, that style, that noir detective style brought to life. That's what I'm hoping for. And I think that's what he's going to bring us, hopefully. I hope so. I mean, who doesn't like Will Smith and as Deadshot? I mean, my God. It's good stuff. Somebody spamming? Stop it with the spam. Spam is gross. Dave, should Joss Whedon tweet? that would be some fucking crazy shit. If Joss Whedon were to tweet that out, oh my God. That'd be some crazy shit. Because a part of me does feel a little sorry for the guy, because he was brought in to do an impossible task. But the fact that he thought that he could do it was ridiculous. No, I'm going to, yeah. As soon as it's all said and done, I'm going to, because I'm very intrigued by what they do with that whole concept, that whole crossover. I mean, Jesus Christ. I want to see what Kevin Conroy, fucking Kingdom Come Batman. I want to see what... I know it's probably going to be like one scene, but whatever. Nathan Smith. You think WWE will get to him over Robbie? What are you talking? I don't even know what you're talking about, Hoskins. Sorry. Destro cameo in Suicide Squad 2. Well, yeah, that would be badass. Hopefully they do something like that. I've been reposting my Joss Whedon vid on... Yeah. What's going on? How you doing? Good? Cool. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Confirm Amanda's Angels with Dave as one of the angels. Okay. Jesus Christ. See, Amanda, this is how much, if you're still listening, this is how much you're a celebrity. Because this Jacob right here, he wants you to lead the angels. It'll be Amanda's angels, and I'm going to be one of your angels. Well, I think we kind of all are, What's going on, Kevin? A part of me feels sorry for him. Yeah. No, fuck that. You're just like, fuck Joss Whedon. No, you know what? There's just a part of me that does. That's all. Hey, there's Steven. What's going on, buddy?
Hey.
You made
What's
it.
up? Yeah.
It took you. It's okay. I forgive you.
I was occupied.
Okay. I mean, it's understandable. You got other creatures in your house. So. It does make sense. What's going on?
Not much. What's up?
Well, I'm just... It's Friday, and I'm... drinking vodka and just answering as many questions as I can. We definitely seen a spike. I've definitely seen a spike in the viewership of the vodka stream, which is pretty cool. But since you're a numbers man, and of course everybody's like, "Hey, what the fuck are you drinking? That looks delicious."
Do you want to know what it is?
Yes.
It's Bailey's and Fireball.
Yeah, I was about to say there's better be some Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, I was with you with Bailey's, but Fireball. It's
It's well, it's not Irish cream. It's something else. I don't remember what it is. It's okay. I was gonna do rum chata and Fireball because that's like cinnamon toast crunch milk. but it gets you drunk.
Yeah.
We are. I opened up the rumchata, and for some reason, we have an empty bottle of rumchata in the liquor cabinet. So there's no rumchata in there. So I improvised, and
not bad.
It could be worse. Let's say that.
When you said Fireball mixing with that, I was like, ooh. Oh.
I mean, I'm not. If you have rumchata, use that instead.
Thank you, Jonathan. That's interesting. Okay, but anyways, back to the numbers. You're a good numbers guy. You're a good analytics guy. What are you seeing with the whole release the Snyder Cut hashtag? What's going on with that?
I actually talked to a analytics firm to try to get some numbers for the Snyder Cut, and what I really wanted to do was there's some firms that do box office comparisons based on like social media buzz, and it's not a really very good science yet, so you can't really take it as really accurate, but they still try to predict like whatever the opening weekend or whatever is going to be based on kind of social media buzz. And so I was curious, like if you kind of apply that same science to the Snyder Cut, what would the numbers look like? Unfortunately, I didn't get anywhere with that because I couldn't get the numbers that I needed. I got numbers for the Snyder Cut performance, but I couldn't get like I was trying to get some numbers from like some historical like Endgame or whatever, and it's hard because those are not like singular hashtags.
Yeah,
and they're not like targeted campaigns. They're more kind of organic buzz. And so I was hoping like I could take one and kind of compare it to the other and say, because that'd be a really cool story to then be able to say the Snyder Cut trended equivalent to a movie that you can expect a $150 million opening from or something like that. I mean, I picked that number out of a hat. Don't quote me.
Too late.
And so I didn't get any of that, but I do know that there was a ton of motion on the hashtag. The really cool thing was the number of unique, like it's one thing
that's what it is.
We've got thousands of fans who used it. I mean, I did a thread with like 55. I like tweeted all my articles with a short story about each of them on the day on Sunday when they did the whole campaign. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell the kind of the story of my experience with this whole thing from November 2017 until November 2019. And so there was a, I did 50 some, and then in addition to that, I did another like 20 extra. So that's, 70 to 100 or however many I did. Chris Wong did like 400. So actually they pulled me an influencer report, and the top 4 accounts were like Snyder, Gal, Ben, RT Snyder Cut, and then Chris Wong was like the non-celebrity, group account that was like a machine as far as like the biggest influencer on the internet using that hashtag. So good job, Chris. But the big number there that, and I don't have it in front of me, so I can't say what it was, but is that the telling number was the number of first time hashtag uses.
Uniques.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I said, people were using it dozens or hundreds of times between thousands of people. And so that can be really easy for Warner Brothers to just say, it's a targeted group of fans, they engineered the trend or whatever. Except when you actually break the numbers down, that's not what happened. That was the spark that started it 100%. But the second, that got it to like maybe 214. It got some help from some others. But like the second Godot and Affleck and others started doing it, it exploded. And then the more celebrities that did it, the more other people that did it.
Yes. It's crazy.
And then, and I do know for a fact that Warner Brothers saw that unique number, and it matters to them. So that is really interesting. The other number that I've been monitoring is in Google Trends, and that's unrelated to social media entirely. That's just based on how many people are searching for particular search terms.
Yeah.
And so I've been following Snyder Cut this whole time. I check in every couple of days to kind of see where it is. And there's peaks and valleys, sort of just depending on what kind of news is happening and what people are Googling associated with it. And so you, of course, have like huge spikes when Jason Momoa talks about it, because that breaks into the mainstream. And then people that have never heard from it before start Googling, what is the Snyder Cut? And then search terms, spike. And it was always really interesting because if you pull up the graph for just the Snyder Cut, it would have these peaks and valleys, but it was kind of generally climbing ever since the director's cut event. It was pretty consistently much higher, especially like the last month or two.
Yeah.
And then once you get to the beginning of the week where there was like the daily campaign, I mean, starting on a Friday, we did a vodka stream. Was it last Friday? It's a long week. I think it was last Friday.
Yeah, it seems like it was, right?
No, it was 2 Fridays ago. We did the one where we were like, oh, guys, this is the real deal.
Yeah.
And then the next Friday, we were like, it's still the real deal. And so that starting with that first one, it was like on a pretty steep incline after being up and down. And then if you check it now, it basically is like a cliff going straight up. And it's gone up so much that all the peaks and valleys that we had before look almost like a straight line. Like in proportion, It's leveled out the entire rest of the graph because of how like insanely sharp it spiked. And that's only part of the story. The other interesting part is that the way Google Trends work is when you pull up 2 different trends, it grades them against each other proportionally. And so if you pull up one trend, that's like if you pull up Donald Trump and then you pull up Snyder Cut's going to just be this tiny little line along the bottom. There's going to be no bends in it, and Trump is going to be like this big, huge thing. And so I would do that for Justice League. Justice League always has way more, like a way higher trajectory to it than Snyder Cut did, by 5 times or whatever higher. And so I always figured, of course, that makes sense because Snyder Cut would be considered a subset of Justice League. And so when Snyder Cut goes up, Justice League will go up a little bit. But, Justice League is comics and cartoons and,
exactly.
and merchandise and all this other stuff.
It's like a wide variety of fucking, different things.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. So on Monday, after it trended, New York Times wrote an article, BBC wrote an article, Entertainment Weekly wrote an article, local news was covering it.
Dude, even like the morning show that I had when they talked about their entertainment news, they were like, yeah, Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot, they want to see the original director, Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League, blah, blah, blah.
Right. And it's so, I'm still kind of coming to terms with just how insane it was that went down the way it did. Like, it's the biggest flex it's insane that trended like that. It's just insane that Zack Snyder pulled that off. But
Snyder knew that he had a fan base. He had a dedicated fan base. He contacted them. He met with them. I mean, obviously, when it came to the Snyder event, a lot of those guys were there. I mean, I met a lot of those guys, and I remember seeing little like images of some of those guys posting about that, and you just kind of wonder, like, okay, what was going on right there? I mean, obviously, with no video, nobody recording anything, Snyder had to talk about something. And I think he just thought, okay, I got to utilize my fan base to try to like parlay this thing.
Yeah.
And then I mean, honestly, that was easy. Obviously, that would be easy to do for.
Well, yeah, because the fandom is always like doing little campaigns and getting it to spike, and so basically they just continue doing what they've been doing. It was a 2-year anniversary. Of course, there's going to be a campaign, and then what was different this time was when it got to the peak, where normally people would just kind of level off and be like, "Good job, guys, that was a good campaign." Gal Gadot shows up.
But how the fuck did he do that? That's where it's like.
Well, there's a number of reasons. One is that, like, as we've said with Affleck, as people that tune in when we talk about this, Affleck just needed to know that Snyder was going to fight for him.
Yeah,
that was the issue. That's why Affleck left the whole thing, is because when Snyder didn't have any fight left in him, Affleck didn't have any fight in him anymore either. Yeah. So when Snyder calls him up, or however that happened, and said, "Hey, I'm going to make this happen." Fortunately, that he lights up the bat signal, and Batman says, "Okay, so we're going to fight together now. Let's do it."
Yeah. The fact that Godot did it,
that was the one that really impressed me, because she's awesome and she owes so much to Snyder, but she's got the most kind of skin in the game with this whole thing. Yeah. I have a ton of respect for her for pulling that out.
I think I was almost more impressed by her because she has a movie coming out.
Yeah.
Next year by Warner Brothers, and it's
exactly.
like,
Well, and Ben Affleck is like untouchable. Like nobody's gonna.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, like Momoa, he had $1 billion movie, and it's like he's locked in. I mean, so is she, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but you're still, you weren't $1 billion movie, and you got a sequel coming out. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that she actually fucking like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and she's not Momoa is that's kind of his thing. He's like the rock star, and
he's allowed
like
now.
I said, Affleck is untouchable. Like who's gonna like
nobody's
he used to be like on the board at the DGA or something. Also, like he's basically Hollywood royalty at this point. Multiple Oscar winner. So he can do whatever he wants. And so that he's not credible. His name behind it is huge. But Godot coming out. Really, 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 really impressed me in a lot of ways. But anyway, I'm burying the lead. So I talked all about how Justice League was like this insurmountable amount over that. Well, on Monday, the term Snyder Cut spiked higher than Justice League.
Wow.
There were more searches for the word Snyder Cut or the term Snyder Cut than there was for the term Justice League in Google.
That's crazy. Keep talking about that. I really have to see. I really have to see.
Oh, great. Well, you let me finish the story, and now I'll start at the beginning again.
Okay.
So, So the fact that is like, because you'd think that those terms would be paired, right? So you'd think that Snyder Cut could never exceed Justice League because people are going to be searching both of them together. But there's so many people in the that saw it on their morning news or saw an article on the Wall Street Journal or actually I don't know if Wall Street Journal covered it, but and New York Times or whatever, and then went and Googled does the Snyder Cut exist or what is the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and it's actually, you know what, I can probably show you guys because the fancy streaming app that Dave uses lets me pull up my tabs.
Okay, I'm back.
And so like the social media stuff is all super cool. But let me find a way to do a dramatic reveal on this.
Hey, there's nothing like dramatic reveals, man.
All right.
I just remember it was just, Sunday was just insane, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was telling everybody before this, I was literally just sitting on my couch and I had my laptop up, I had football on, and then I was just going back and forth between my phone and my laptop, just, reading messages, any kind of messages, communicating with so many people, and then like getting, oh yeah, you might, hey, there might be this, might be that. Oh, okay.
From the word go, my notifications were just shot.
It was nonstop.
I've been going back and finding like messages people were sending me that it just got buried. I mean, if I pulled up my notification page, it was just like scrolling. It was like I couldn't scroll if I to keep up if I tried. So let's see. How do I was going to share my screen here.
I did the Scott Pilgrim of washing hands. I put my hands underneath Jesus Christ, guys. Anyways.
All right, here we go.
Okay. He's got something, guys.
So check out. So you can see this.
Boop, right there.
Do we see this? Okay, so this is the Justice League launch. This is Jason Momoa. No. This is Comic-Con 2018.
Yeah.
People got really depressed after that. Blah, 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 blah. Aquaman. Aquaman is... Really? I thought that was a bigger spike. SnyderCon. Ray Porter. Actually, funny story.
Okay.
Check out what was published about Ray Porter on April 14th.
Oh.
June. What happened in June? I don't remember what this one was. Anyway, so then this goes into like in here we've got like Martian Manhunter and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the so the end of November, beginning of December there.
Uh-huh. I wash my hands, guys. Come on. Jesus Christ. That's all they're concerned with right now.
This is what it looks like when you expand the frame.
Look at that. Look at that right there, guys. That is huge.
Like, so remember how big like these spikes were before?
Yeah.
That's how, and like this isn't even, it's not even done. I mean, that spike is just.
That's why it's
I expect it to like shoot out the top of my laptop screen here.
Yeah.
And then so we compare that then to. So okay, so you see, so that's when Justice League released, and we got all this. But so we'll want to cut out that first range. You know what? Let's just do the last year here. Let's see, we're still not close enough. There we go. Boom, right there.
Look at that.
So day after November 18th. So it's the day after it trended on Twitter.
Yeah.
It didn't just pass it. It shot significantly past it. And you know, this is what it was up until that point. So millions of people on Monday said, "What's the Snyder Cut?" That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. That's what needed to happen this whole time. I mean, that's what I've always like, kind of the approach that I've had with what I do is that people need to understand what happened. And people get on me like, "Oh, we already knew that." It's like, yes, but millions of people billions of people don't know that. And that number got a little bit smaller on Monday. Actually, while we're in here,
keep going.
Take a gander. I can't promise that this is going to be as impressive, but
Black Adam, that's right.
Yeah, see. So obviously that's much bigger. The thing to note here is that nobody knows who Black Adam is. so that's why there's such a significant spike there, is because there's more people Googling because they didn't know what it was prior. So that doesn't necessarily say anything about versus the Snyder Cut. But you can see, obviously, it fell way down, and it's already now significantly below where the Snyder Cut was.
Yeah, okay. Joker, $1 billion.
See, now, the problem is that Joker is going to include not just the Joker movie, but it's going to include... Yeah, see, so, and that went up after. But so this is like right up there with what you'd expect from, other movie announcements. Like Joker 2 spiked right about the same.
Of course. Interesting. I love the fact that we can actually see your screen right there. That was great.
Yeah, so anyway, took everyone to...
There you have it, guys.
Sorry, nobody took a nap there.
No. This is the interesting stuff. I mean, we've always talked about, I don't know, the past year has been nuts. And we've even talked about, hey, we have to get those analytics up. Somehow we got to get those analytics up. And I know, we've been on the fucking, on the pointy end of the fucking shit stick where it's like, hey, you said tweeting doesn't work. Look what it's working now. It's like, well, yeah, because there was a coordinated effort and look what happened. Zack Snyder himself coordinated an effort, and it just shot it right up. Yeah, well, we're up here now. We got to keep it up.
Well, and like we said, the numbers that are fascinating are the first time uses of the hashtag.
Yeah,
that's the one Warner Brothers is like, oh, we need to pay attention to that.
Yep.
And that really sent a message. And then the second was is the Google searches, which is a very similar metric to the first time hashtag uses. Right, that's people who saw Snyder Cut and then went and took action on it. And so like from in marketing terms, it's very, very difficult to get someone to take action on something. Yep. Anyone who's ever like tried to sell anything on the internet, or anybody who people like to talk about clickbait or whatever, it's not that easy. Like to get someone to click on something on the internet is very difficult. And so to get someone to go to Google and type Snyder Cut, it's not a simple feat, like to get someone to take action like that. And so we're talking about 1% of people that saw the word Snyder Cut and didn't know what it was, then followed up to find out what it is. And so that spike is a very, very good thing. And Warner Brothers is very aware of exactly what this means.
Oh yeah.
And so, who's to know if that kind of trend is going to continue forward. It's not going to trend higher than Justice League every day.
No, of course not.
But when has any DC movie ever done that? And that's what Warner Brothers is going to be interested in. They're going to say none of their other movies have done that. And so like, what if they do a theatrical release for this, and the fandom does that again the day before it releases, for example? I mean, it's a game changer. I think both of us have said, no. If it's released, it's going to be on home media or it's going to be on streaming. It's theatrical. This isn't practical.
Yeah.
And there's no chance that they're going to continue Justice League 2 and 3 or any of the other DCU. It's just not going to happen. And I don't want to get everyone's like hopes up and do like a total 360 on that, because like the conventional wisdom says it's not going to happen. But you can't. What happened on Sunday?
Can't deny it.
Nobody expected that.
Nobody. Yeah.
And like even the people who are most positive in the fandom like were worried about whether or not it was going to pass 214,000. Yeah. And then
that's what the goal was, and it fucking blew.
We were like an hour and a half in, and I said it's going to hit 500,000.
Yeah.
And then it was climbing up, and there was a point where I was like, it might barely get there. No, it went almost all the way to 800,000. It everything we've been saying. Well, not everything, but the practicalities of Zack Snyder returning to the DCEU, the arc getting continued, all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying it's automatically happening. I'm not saying that like, but all bets are off.
Right.
He has position to argue in favor of that. So
he cornered them right now. I mean, they like you said, they have never seen anything like this. Never seen any of their movies trend like that before. The fact that they saw that spike, they saw everything. I mean, exactly. I've always been like that too. I'm like, what are the chances? Oh, hey, we just need to see the Snyder cut, and that's it. And then Snyder can go off and do his own thing. But at the same time, he fucking, when it comes to like, hey, he's dribbling the ball in his court. He's dribbling it through his legs, behind the back. He's doing some fucking globetrotter shit. I've said that before. I'm like, after Sunday, I mean, I think some of the Warner Brothers people were like, hey, maybe we were kind of wrong about this guy. Jesus Christ, look at what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So, yeah, I'm like, it's really hard to be. I feel like I've got to couch everything, because it's still early, and it's still hard to say like, you can't be like, oh, they're definitely going to do that. It makes complete sense, because this is entirely uncharted territory. Like no movie of this magnitude, like there's been movies that have been made because of a hashtag before, but it was like something trended and they were like, that'd be a good movie. Someone made a spec script and they gave it like $20 million. This is an entirely different ballpark, and WB doesn't even know what it means. They know that they liked it. I mean, they didn't like that it was the Snyder Cut, but I mean, they know that they liked, Batman was trending. Wonder Woman was like, it wasn't just the Snyder Cut that was trending. These WB properties and characters also got a spike from it. And so they know that like, hey, that audience could be in our favor instead of against us. And I don't know enough of the business side to say how that translates into box office or how it translates into streaming subscribers.
Residuals too, like the actors that were involved. I mean, there's so many logistics to this whole thing. Yeah,
but I do know enough to say that all bets of what was possible are off for now, and I think all options are. I don't know about where things stand now, but if they are in talks and exactly how far they've gotten with that, but all options I think we're back on the table, and we'll see kind of what they decide with that. Joker just did $1 billion, and it's an R-rated $60 million movie that's non-canon. Like, yeah. So tell me they can't release an alternate cut that's not canon of a potentially R-rated Justice League movie with Ben Affleck in it, like, and Henry Cavill and Gal, like. I don't know. You got to be careful not to get too fanboy, because it's. I mean, I know we're still in like crazy town territory.
Trust me, it's very easy to do that, because, I mean, you look at the comic book world. I mean, you walk into a comic book shop, you can go to a certain. Okay, I'm going to go to the DC section, and you just walk over there, and there's so much selection. And you go over to the graphic novels. There's so many different stories, each character, and obviously they don't take place in always the same universe. You know, there's a multiverse. There's Earth 1, there's Earth 2, there's Earth fucking 57, whatever. And 52. It's like, huh?
It's not more than 52, yo.
Sorry. Oh man, I'm gonna get shit for that.
Oh no.
I was 5 off, and I should just have it. Anyways, but you could just walk in there and see all that, and then of course now with the TV show and the fact that the Crisis on Earth is happening, and they're inviting in all these different. I mean, you got Kevin Conroy, for fuck's sake, playing a part of Bruce Wayne. We saw that little the newspaper thing that supposedly
Burt Ward is in it. Like Burt Ward is in it.
Yes, Burt Ward is in it. We're bringing back what's his name, Superman. She's Brandon Ruth, Superman. We're bringing all that. I mean, there's so many possibilities you could do, and like somebody's saying right here, there's so many possibilities that HBO Max can't open up. I mean, they're going to invest so much in that Green Lantern series.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just, okay, hey, we got this other version of Justice League that everybody keeps talking about. Why not just invest something that, finish it up, see what happens with it?
Well, in the way I've been trying to phrase it for people, I think a lot of people don't understand. A lot of fans don't really know how to sell it to non-fans, and a lot of non-fans don't know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah. But New York Times, one of the things that came out now after it was trending was New York Times reported that Whedon wrote 80 new pages.
Yeah.
A 2-hour movie is about 120 pages. And so that's
pretty significant.
And so that's like 75% of that movie was Whedon. And then in addition to that, you have another hour and a half of footage that was just totally cut. Well, that math is off because we're talking about Whedon modifications and et cetera. But the point is, this is it's an almost $300 million value blockbuster movie featuring Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, like valuable properties with Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, Ezra Miller, like people who are big names involved in other blockbusters, and it's an entirely unseen massive blockbuster. The same budget as Endgame.
Yeah.
And they could make it for $40 million. Like,
how dare you say that name?
I mean, whatever number you want. I mean, 20 million, 40 million, 70. Let's say it's $100 million. They're getting a bar for a streaming service for the price of any original movie the streaming service is going to do anyway. It's not $100 million. But like, even if it was that much, they could have an original movie that's bigger than any movie any other streaming service has, and nobody's seen it. This is all new stuff that nobody's seen.
Exactly.
And the thing with HBO Max also is I talked about this last week, and then I published an article on it also. But like, you look at Netflix, they're billions of dollars in debt because of like deals that they made with Adam Sandler, right? And that's like, not to knock Adam Sandler, like, people, that's one of the most watched things on Netflix. But the point is that they're just, if you're going to release something in theaters, it has to be budget times box office has to equal at least budget times 2.
Yeah.
So whatever you spend, you have to get two times that plus more in order to turn a profit. Streaming service, that's not how it works. They're going, way deep into debt because they need exclusive properties.
Yeah.
Because that's how they compete. That's how they get subscribers, and then the subscribers pay month to month.
Yeah.
And then, long term, you have an audience, and you can pay that all off. So it doesn't matter what it costs. If they're going with HBO Max, it's going to be exclusive, and they don't care about how much it costs because it's not a part of the calculation. What they care about is whether or not anybody else has it. And who knows? Snyder could even continue. Maybe Justice League 2 and 3 aren't going to be movies. They aren't going to be a theatrical release. They could be HBO Max exclusives also, or they could be, maybe they could turn it into a series or a mini series or something and release it weekly, and that way people can't cancel. And they, there's so many different ways that this could be a benefit.
Yeah.
And I said that before Sunday happened, right? Like that was a practicality of the streaming model before Sunday. And then Sunday happened and I was like, well, theatrical's not even out of the question anymore. Yeah. So there are options, and you can believe that Snyder and Warner Brothers are just simply trying to figure out which one is the best right now.
Absolutely. I mean,
I need to give you a chance to talk now.
No, it's fine, dude. Keep on talking as much as possible. I mean, it's crazy. And then, of course, like a couple days after that, we have Snyder, post that image of Godot doing ADR. And the first time Diana meets Yuke's ass. Have we figured out how to say that? Yuke's
I don't know,
ass?
but I want to know how it sounds when Gal Gadot says it, though.
Right?
Yeah.
God, see, there's another selling point right there. How do you say fucking Yuke's ass? Uxis, Yuxis. Watch the Snyder Cut. Yeah. I mean, he puts that out there where, like, oh, look at that. Of course, it's unfinished, but still, there he is right there. The fact that comes like like a second or like a minute or two after the ADR image he posted 2 years ago.
Yeah, or it might be right before. But that lines up with the storyboards where it happens actually pretty similarly to how it happens in the movie in terms of setting, except it's clear that it's the Wayne Aerospace hangar, and they don't have that scene around the lake. They talk about it, what they cut was the Amazonian shrine, and then obviously they switched to Steppenwolf instead of Darkseid, or instead of Yuke's ass. Yeah.
How do we say that name? I'm pretty sure it's Yuke's ass. I mean, when I researched it and I saw and I listened to other people talk about it, not non Snyder Cut or Justice League movie stuff, they said Yuke's ass, and I'm like, okay, it's the fact that it says Yuke's ass almost, when people divide it like that. But
you should try to add Snyder again. We'll ask him.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. I know. I feel so bad with that one. I actually I ignored my Vero, and then I looked. I was like, maybe he responded, and I looked. I'm like, no, he didn't. That was such a ridiculous fucking Hey, guys.
He probably just tuned in and watched you and was like, why would I want to join that?
Oh my God! I mean, come on, Snyder. Jesus Christ! You're just sitting at home. Well, he can't. Maybe if shit's going down one of these Fridays, he'll be like, you know what? He's sitting at home drinking some fucking, I don't know what he likes to drink, some fucking scotch probably, that's been aged for 67 years or something like that.
Bud Light.
Huh?
Bud Light.
But yeah, or he's just drinking a Bud Light, and he's just like, hey, I'm just going to join randomly. That'd be pretty sweet. You know what I should do? Every Vodka stream, just send him a link. Just send it without
every single time.
Without any context, just send him the link.
I can tell you this: there are people that send him more ridiculous stuff more frequently.
True.
So I don't think you need. I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah. I would not recommend it. But
okay, guys, you don't recommend me doing that?
Oh no, I would not do it.
Don't do that. Damn it.
No. I mean, if you want to be that guy, you can do that. I would not do that.
Or just send him a link every now and then. I've met the guy, Steven. Come on. He knows who I am.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm I'm above everybody. Well, maybe I am. No, I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying, I don't know. What if I just sent him the link every Friday? Hey, feel like joining? Just having a casual conversation?
Yeah.
Join. I don't know. Maybe I will say a context, not just send him the link, but hey, having a conversation about probably a lot about you. Yeah. You want to join in? Join in. I don't know. Fucking A. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, what if it did happen? But see, I'm acting like a fanboy right now.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. Why would the fuck?
He's gonna join, and all your fans are gonna be on, and then in front of all your fans, Zack Snyder's gonna say, "Hey, stop sending me those fucking links."
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
You'll never live that down.
That's what's so weird about when you meet these bigger than life characters. I think it's when it came to the Snyder Con, the Snyder Con or the Snyder event, it's like when I when we're waiting in line, and of course I'm standing next to the Comic Marks guys. We're just bullshitting and just talking, because those guys are cool. Obviously, they've been on here. We love those guys. But
speaking of which, the Justice League video they dropped on
very good
on the 17th. I think it's the last thing they had on their channel.
Yeah,
I recommend everybody watching it. It's probably not news to anyone here, but it needs all the, it's that's the one that people should be sharing with their friends.
Yes, please
share that. It's
go to the comic
phenomenal
movie mark. They did a really good job.
Very good production value on that. Very very organized, great breakdown. I make a couple cameos via my byline.
Yeah, but so. I mean, standing in line, I'm like, what do I ask Snyder? What do I do? What do I do? I mean, and then, of course, the first thing I do is, like, I just want to make the guy laugh. And I did. I'm like, I wanted to be that guy. I didn't want to be like, oh, hey, what's going on with this, that, and this? And, there's so many things I wanted to ask him. But
who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to do that. I mean, basically, I made a fucking Batman chin joke, and he laughed a lot. And I have that picture, and I'll get it framed one of these days and have it, like, right over here. But, yeah, but I just was like, what do I say? What do I, should I just start asking about that? But I just didn't want to be that guy,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that guy. And then, of course, now, talking about this, should I send him a link in Vero every fucking Friday? Yeah, I mean, it's as much as like that'd be kind of, it's almost like, it's like that scenario that you find in like movies or TV shows where like that athlete always buys 2 tickets for his dad. He's gonna fucking one of these days I'm gonna put it at roll call. He's gonna show up and I'm gonna see my dad in the fucking stands, like the like Ricky Bobby or whatever, and he's gonna be there or something like that. I get what you're saying. Like maybe I shouldn't do that because I'm gonna be like that guy. So I don't know. It's just like, but also it's so easy because all I have to do is copy paste, send it on over. Hey, just in case. But yeah, I know. It's like I don't know. It's one of those things. But what if he actually did? What if he actually did? But I don't think he actually would. But Steven, I got to ask this.
Yeah.
The fact that he has a whole other movie that he's working on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with all this that's really gained the hype and the fact that all shit's happening behind the scenes, there's actually light at the end of the tunnel. How does one... I guess Snyder's very prolific. He's a hard worker. I guess he could just fucking go back and forth like a cartoon character and like, hey, what's going on? Go to the edit bay, Army of Darkness, and then go back. Hey, what's going on? With
Army of the Dead? Excuse you.
Oh shit!
Heresy.
Sorry. I know. How dare I say that? But what do you think? What do you think of like him? Like,
well, he's not a VFX artist, right? I mean, he's not manually like animating anything or compositing any layers. Like he's approving shots. He'll, and it's not that he's uninvolved, but there are, there's like over a dozen different stages of sort of VFX that are being worked on, and so he'll need to say like, yes, I approve that model. Yes, I approve that texture. And then, they stitch it all together as it goes along. But, so not to say like he's got tons of free time on his hands, but people supervise post-production for more than one movie.
Yeah.
All the time. And he works with people he can trust and he collaborates with people he knows and can rely on. So who knows? I don't, there's so many factors of like, when do they want to release? If it's going to be a theatrical release, are they going to slot it in somewhere? I think there's people are talking about that April 3rd, 2020 release, but I think it's probably going to take about 5 months to finish up. Probably. I mean, they could if they finalize the deal tomorrow and like we're able to pull together a team. His people are all working on either Army of the Dead or other movies right now. Like he's not going to have the same team come in to finish Justice League unless he waits a while.
Yeah.
And so maybe they could hustle it in for that April date. They're not going to like bump Wonder Woman in favor, to put the Snyder cut at that date.
No.
So if it's going to be on HBO Max, then they can just finish it and drop it whenever they want. I imagine HBO Max is going to want it for launch day though. If that's a possibility, right? Because that's a big ticket item.
Yeah.
But
That's
yes.
May, right? That's when HBO Max is.
Yeah, May something. And so that's feasible. They've got enough time to finish that up if they can close a deal by like the end of the year.
Yeah.
But so there are so many different factors in like sort of how that plays out, and so it kind of depends on how they plan on releasing it. So I don't know. I can't really make any predictions outside of that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I keep on telling people. It's like, hey, don't expect like something instant to happen. I mean we got CCXP happening next month, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Comic-Con in Brazil. There's going to be a lot of DC presence there. I don't
Well,
know.
Brazil is like it's huge. It's a huge DC market now.
I don't hear DC over there.
Yeah, it's insane.
There. Yeah, it's crazy. So I mean that's why that's a perfect spot to promote more Birds of Prey, to release to post the first Wonder Woman 84 trailer. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be Snyder Cut talk. I mean, I'm always one of those that, hey, pump the brakes on announcements. I don't,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
All bets are off. I've got a feeling that this is one they're going to want to announce via the trades.
Yeah.
There's so much going on with this that they're going to want to. I mean, they're already trying to control the narrative, right? Like, how many times did you hear the word fabled before Monday?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right? And then all of a sudden, everybody's calling it fabled. That's not an accident.
Fuck.
And, because what was it they called it before? The mythical Snyder Cut. I didn't even really mind that one because that's, if you look up the definition of mythical, it's not inherently fake.
It's not.
But yeah, everyone's calling it the fabled Snyder Cut. Like, all of the sudden.
It's like a tall tale.
Yeah, exactly. And so I imagine that WB is going to care very much about how the information comes out. And so kind of putting it out there at a con feels a little too haphazard for the way they're going to approach this. But, anything can happen at this point.
Exactly. Let's just let the chips fall where they may, as Tyler Durden says. And I think we're going to wrap it up right there. Got one last drink. Hey. Thank you, Mr. Man of Martin. Look at that, right at the end. All I want for Christmas is the Snyder Cut. I think we all would want that right there.
Yeah.
I agree with you, sir. I appreciate it. And, guys, like I've been saying, and like we're saying right here, it's just like, just be patient. Just be patient, Well,
and don't let off the gas either. I mean,
don't. Now is not the time.
Presuming making the safe assumption that there are ongoing talks right now, some of the little extra buzz doesn't hurt. So
no, it doesn't. I mean, there's no. I know there's like people like, oh yeah, now people are using the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut hashtag. It's like, well, yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. Let them do it. Don't right now is not the time to like call out before like a year and a half ago, this person was like all about doubts about the Snyder Cut. Now all of a sudden they're all about it. It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, I get it. I get that you're trying to do, hypocrisy. But right now, if they're on the side of it getting released, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother discussion about everyone's kind of jockeying for their purity test and their, they kind of want their credit for hashtagging more for longer than whoever.
Yeah.
And like that's cool. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody else, but if your primary goal is like who deserves to, whatever, then got to question why you're doing it from the beginning.
No. Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ. You and I have been here like since at least Man of Steel, probably.
Well, we haven't been hashtagging until the last 2 weeks, Dave. You got to,
Oh yeah, of course.
We haven't really done anything meaningful.
Never used a hashtag before.
Yeah, no, zero impact up until that point. So.
I know. Like, how dare you, Dave? You're just using it now. I mean, I get it. I'm using it more because, hey, guess what? Now is the time. I mean, like I said, we saw that cliff go up. Now we got to try to create that special mountain, that Close Encounters special mountain that goes up and flattens out. We're all like Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters was just like, oh my god, I'm visualizing this thing that something's going to arrive, and we got to make that cliff, that mountain that just like flattens out right at the top. Let's keep it up and up. I mean, that's one of the things that we've talked about many times is like, we'll see a spike, but then it goes back down. When it comes to the Snyder event, there was a big spike, but then it just dropped down.
Yeah. Well, this one's going to drop a lot. Like we're not going to maintain that spike. But what I'm curious to see is when it levels out, how much higher does it level out than it was before? I don't see it going back to right where it was prior to Monday. I think we're going to be trending pretty healthy because people are paying attention now also, and so
how many people are
interested? So
there was like the evil bloggers that are out there that were talking about, hey, yeah, I would love to see the Snyder Cut, and then they would hashtag release the Snyder Cut. You saw people from comicbook.com. You saw various voices out there saying like, hey, we want to see it. Let's do it.
Spoiler alert. There's a lot of people that would really like to see the movie that just stayed out of it entirely.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to get caught up in the
madness, the
garbage disposal of like, but you said this mean thing about Man of Steel. And and so it's in the same way that sorry, we were like going to wrap up like 5 minutes ago.
No, that's fine.
But like in the same way you see all these like celebrities coming out, or like if you read Josh Trank just published that awesome review of his Fantastic Four, and he had some awesome words to say about Snyder in there.
Yeah. We talked about
we have like broken that like cracked the ice on that, where like people know what's up with Zack Snyder. Yeah. And because of just this like insane negativity, a lot of people have been just keeping their mouths shut because it's just they don't, they kind of go with the flow. And then Sunday happens, and there's a ton of celebrities, other movie professionals, or actors, directors, bloggers, whatever, who are like, you know what, I don't need to be afraid to say that like Zack Snyder is like the real deal.
Yeah,
and so it's really kind of nice to be, like name one other person that could pull off what happened Sunday, and I think that's a very short list.
Somebody get James Cameron on the blower, see what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, can you imagine if that guy fucking said some shit? I mean, we already know that he's a fan. We already know that he's a fan, and how he named Zack Snyder as somebody who like, just basically changed the cinematic language in certain aspects, especially with 300 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually, that would probably really blow up the internet if James Cameron just like commented on the release of Snyder Cut stuff. Man.
Yeah.
Somebody get him on the blower. Anyways, guys, good stream. Thank you, Steven, for joining. Of course, as always, drinking your whatever the fuck you're choking.
You know what? It gets better as I go on.
Huh?
It gets better the more of it I have.
I'm sure it does. All right, cheers, guys. Appreciate you guys clicking in.
Peace.
Hopefully you got some good info right in here and everything like that. All right, cheers. Ooh, good stuff.